I put together this metaphor of a tree because, like a tree, we have many branches. So there's a lot of ways in which we identify with ourselves, right? And there's a lot of stories we create for ourselves. So each one is considered part of who we are. And as we get lower on the tree to the base of the tree, to the trunk of the tree, as we go into the roots of the tree, that's where we find our soul purpose, our SOUL, our soul purpose. So when you ask me a question, can we have more than one soul purpose? First, my answer is you only have one soul purpose at a time. But you could have as many branches to that tree that could be really close to that soul purpose. But you have one soul purpose, and you know you find your first iteration of a soul purpose when it lights you up inside, when it expands you inside. Often what happens is when people identify their first iteration of that soul purpose is that it lights them up inside, and then sometimes a couple minutes later or the next day they say to themselves, that's crazy. That's not me. That's somebody else. Or that sounds cliche. But the very first moment you feel inspired and lit up, you have found your soul purpose. However, like a tree, we continue to grow. So that statement, which is at the bottom of the tree, tomorrow or an hour from now or a week from now or a year from now or 10 years from now, will no longer be at the bottom of the tree, won't be at the trunk of the tree anymore. It may become, in fact, a branch. And if it becomes a branch, it means there's another statement down there that's representative of a more expanded, more inspired place that you now hang out in. And then that becomes your soul purpose. And like I said, there's no period at the end of inspiration. There's no period at the end of expansion. So there's never a period at the end of you identifying your soul purpose. There's just a moment in time that you choose to identify something that lights you up inside, and then you use that as a tool. Because that's all this is. It's a tool. It's a tool to remind us who we are. And it doesn't have to be the tool you use. And it doesn't have to be your only tool, but it's a way for us to remember who we are.